record. If somebody can't come, they'll be able to watch later. So I will share my PowerPoint presentation here. Then let me know if you can see. I will share the screen now. There we go. Let me know if you can see.
Yeah, you're good.
Perfect. So first of all here, thanks for showing up. I know you're taking time from your day to be here, and I hope it will be beneficial for you. So first of all here, if you don't know who am I used to work for Emirates from 2008 to 2020, and I was an FG1 when I left. And I've been trading in the financial market since 2010, and in Forex and in crypto since 2017. And throughout this time, I've done like 20 trading courses since 2010. And it took me a while to start becoming profitable. I would say over 7 to 8 years actually, until I came up with a good trading strategy. And now I'm basically a full-time trader in the crypto space and also an investor. And to whom is this workshop for? It's basically for traders of any level of education who want to start trading, but they don't know how to start or where to start. And also people who also have knowledge, but they might want to listen and see how somebody else checks the market. And let's go for the next topic. So first of all, we're going to check where BTC is heading to. So let's go to the live chart here. And as you can see, this is the BTC chart, Bitcoin chart on the daily time frame. And as you can see here, BTC has gone from the all-time high from 68,000 all the way to around 25 now. And we've been expecting this area for a long time because that's where BTC was finding a lot of support in this area here since 2020. And now BTC is on a decisive point. So we need to see BTC holding above this area, I would say between 29,000 and 30,000. Otherwise, BTC can slide to the next strong support level, which should be around here, or around 22,000. And this was near the historical breakout from 2017, here at around 20,000. Guys, if you hear something, it's my son here, okay? And here you see that yesterday, BTC tried to attempt to go to, actually went to 25,000, and now is pulling back. So here, for us as a trader, this could be a very good sign. We need to see how the daily candle today will close. And if it closes above 30,000, we could see BTC heading towards the previous resistance zone around here, around 39,000. But we shall see. And this is basically what BTC is doing. BTC is doing, BTC actually loves to pause for a while. What we say consolidation, breaks out, sometimes gives a false breakout and goes to the next level. And if we go back in history here, this is what BTC loves to do the most. Consolidates and then breaks, goes to the previous levels of, in this case, support. Once it finds support, it has the tendency to make what we call higher highs, higher lows, until it goes to the next level. And I had a lot of people, and still they are asking, Marcelo, are we on a bear market or we are on a bull market? And I've been saying that since BTC, this is the all-time high, 69,000. When BTC made the first lower low, and then it failed to make a new higher high, this was the first signal that we could potentially start falling again. And around this area, 63, 61,000, I start selling my positions. And then BTC starts to make slowly what we call lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. And to me, this is a bearish signal. So it's a sign of weakness. And then BTC does what he loves to do, like consolidates and falls to the next level. So every candle that you see here, it's a daily candle. So it took actually from November last year until now to reach 30,000. So it took actually a long time for this to happen. And let me go to the next topic here, Luna. So now let's talk about Luna. Luna, if you don't know, it used to be a blockchain, and it has recently crashed because they couldn't keep the peg with the UST from Terra blockchain pegged to $1. And once they depegged, it started to crash the whole market. And even here, let me delete everything here. So even here, when Luna was, even before this happens, when Luna was around 118, you see the same pattern. You see a lower low and then a lower high. So once the market fails to make a higher high, this is a sign that we should be aware that markets get turning weak. And this was on April 20. So here, when I was buying, I was actually buying Luna from like very low price, around $6. I didn't hold until 120 because we don't know when will be the top, but I managed to make some money here before the crash. But when I saw this pattern, I start closing my positions across the crypto market. So in my scenario here, I avoid this big dump. Of course, nobody would expect that, but this is how traders protect themselves. Because we have many people that they just think, oh, I'll just buy and hold for the long term. While this on BTC can be true, like if you want to be an investor, it will be very similar if you buy like a stock, let's say Apple. If Apple falls today 20%, I'll be happy to buy because we know it's a very solid project that keeps delivering over and over. So over the long time, we see that Apple will perform quite well. That's the same for BTC, but you don't, of course, you don't invest everything at once. You invest in fractions. But when it comes to altcoins like Luna and other projects, then we have to be a little bit careful about it. And so here is the technical side, but of course, not everyone has the technical alignment with the market. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky to forecast this, and that's why I keep saying people that we need a proper trading plan and strategy. And that's why I developed what I call the keys trading method, and why I created, because it helps me to identify areas where I should be able to look for trading opportunities, where I should be able to buy, and I should be able to sell. So let me go here to the uh, to the conference here. Let me stop sharing a bit. Does anyone here has no experience in trading at all? Let me know in the chat, or you can open up the audio as well. Zarkin. Okay, so what I will do is I will show my trading strategy, and I want you later to be able to tell me when we should buy and when we should sell. I'll try to show in 5 minutes or less, okay? So let me share the screen again. Okay, let's take BTC as an example. BTC USD. Okay, let's delete everything. And now I will enable the system here. Just 1 second. There we go. Okay, so here you can see the chart. And before that, I will just explain how the system works. So the reason I created is because even for me, I wanted to have something that would be able to tell me what I should do, like if I should buy and hold, or if I should sell and make money on the short side or on the sell side, or if I should stay out. So I created this concept. Let me get the brush here. So imagine this is BTC, and BTC is falling and making what we call lower lows and lower highs, like this. And imagine those lines as candles instead of lines. So while BTC is falling, the candles will be red in color. And at some point, BTC or any other crypto will stop making lower lows and lower highs. And at some point, will consolidate like this. So usually the market consolidates 20% of the time. So you see this scenario here. I mean, actually, you see this scenario around 80% of the time. That's what the market loves to do. And at some point, the market will start making what we call higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, like this. And for this scenario, the system will change color from red to green. Okay. And I also created, there is one indicator that's going above the candles, like this. Sometimes this indicator can cross the candles, but it's fine. And when the market consolidates, it will cross the candles. For this purpose, this indicator will be purple in color. Okay. And then once the market starts to make higher highs and higher lows, as you can see here in green, this indicator most of the time will be below the candles. And here it will also change color for aqua blue. So here we have two scenarios now. I use this as a checklist. So let me type here. Everything that's on the left-hand side of the chart is my sell zone. And everything that's on the right-hand side of the chart is the buy zone. So now we have this scenario of, and I've seen this many times. People here, the market's falling and they try to buy, to guess where the bottom would be. So they might start making some money a little bit, but imagine this is like 5 minutes chart. So they go have some coffee. When they come back, the market falls and then they start buying again. And then the market might go up a little bit. They might get excited. Wow, it's going my way. But then boom, it makes a new lower low. And at this point here, he might get desperate. He might start leveraging more. And this is usually when people lose all the money. You can see an example on the Luna where the market was crashing and people kept buying. And that's what happened to them. They thought they found the bottom, but the bottom never actually happened. And here on the buy zone is the same situation. People think, let's say this is the top, they start selling. So they might make some money here. But again, if this is the 5 minutes chart and market makes a new higher high, now they are entering into the negative territory. They might try to sell again, and the market keeps going against them until they don't have more money to put into the market here, and they can also compromise their account. So that's why I came with this strategy that, now let me delete here the arrows. And then I came up with this strategy that trading in the right zone increases your chances of success by 80%. So once we identify which zone we are, we should only focus in trading in that direction. So let me ask Zarkin, can you unmute your audio, please?
Hi.
Okay. So did you guys understand this concept initially before I move forward?
Yes, it was easy to understand.
Okay. So there's one more thing that before we continue. So this is the checklist. Checklist for let's start with buy. Checklist for buy. We want to see step number 1. We want to see the candles green in color. And step number 2, we want to see the candles above the aqua blue line. This is the checklist for buy. So it's like
you mean buy when I buy, right?
Yeah. And then the checklist for sell, it will be the opposite. So checklist for sell. Number 1, we want to see the candles, in this case, red in color. And number 2, we want to see the candles, in this case, below the purple line. So here, we only think about selling. We're going to avoid any possible buying opportunities. And the same scenario for the buy zone, we will be looking only for buying opportunities. Okay. So now if I go to the live chart, and with this concept in mind, is Bitcoin in the buy zone or in the sell zone?
Now in the buy zone. No.
Are you sure? Oh, you have candles red in color, and you have the candles below the purple line.
So it's a sell zone.
Sell zone. So here, would you be looking for buying or selling opportunities?
From your explanation, selling.
Yes, exactly.
But before this, I would just buy it.
Yeah, what we want to do with this strategy is to actually look for the shift of direction, mainly, like from, let's say, the buy zone to the sell zone, because you know the concept of buying low and sell high. Here we having our first selling opportunity. Now we're talking about the daily time frame, so it takes a while for this to happen. But here we will be selling on a higher price, and then the market falls. So here, if we sell right now, we are selling obviously on a lower price, and we don't want to do that. We want to do the opposite. If we take here an example, especially when the shift of direction happens here, for instance, BTC is falling, and let me ask you, would you here, this candle here, is this candle here in the buy zone or in the sell zone?
The green one.
Yeah.
So it should be in buy zone.
Yeah, exactly. So here, the checklist is telling us that we have step number 1, the candle green color, and the candle above the aqua blue line. So we have our checklist. It does make sense. So we have permission to start looking for buying opportunities. And this is what I came up with this strategy, because this avoids me prevents me from having to draw a lot of trend lines, support and resistance. So it's more visual. And now I can come to any, let's go back to Luna. And you see here, when Luna, I started buying Luna when Luna was around, I think it was around $7 to $6, $6 to $7. And then Luna went up like this. It was like an insane movement. Let me show you something here. Here, you see that the candle is green, but it's below the purple line. So here, if this scenario happens, the system is trying to change direction. So with this in mind, sometimes we don't buy in this area. We just wait for the confirmation here. So, but there are many nuances in the strategy, but that's basically how the system is telling us. And you see here, the market goes up, briefly tells us to sell here at 48,000, then goes back up again, gives a little bit of sell opportunity here, and continues to move up. And here, you see here the market was making what I said, the lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So this is not a good sign. This is a sign of weakness. And then the system turns red. So here, if we were buying, we would start protecting our account, and even the system is telling us to do that. Briefly goes back up, so we could buy here. Makes a new higher high, which is good. And then again starts to make that same pattern of higher highs, lower highs and lower lows. Another sign of weakness. And boom, that's what happens. Let's take another example here, Ethereum USD. And same scenario here, is Ether in the buy zone or in the sell zone?
Now in the sell zone.
Yeah, exactly. So based on the daily time frame, we would avoid any buying opportunity right now, unless we go down to the lower time frame. Let's say we want to scalp for the day. So now you see the market going up a little bit. So there is always opportunity, but we focus usually on the higher time frames as a protection. Does anyone wants to try to see here? If you, I want to see if anybody else understood the concept. If anybody wants to come into the live chat as well. Thanks, Zarkin, for the participation. I really appreciate.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody?
Can I ask you something, please?
Yeah?
If you can just scroll back the first thing when you were where you were writing things, if I can take a screenshot for myself as a note.
Yes.
Where the very first thing you were drawing.
So it will be above here.
Yes, this one. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Means the meaning of color lines and lower lows. Based the color lines here, so you can see now. That's basically the system here. Although the market's falling on these upward movements here, the candles tend to change color into green because the market's going up. But the system that I developed won't allow to do that, because it's just to show us which direction we should be trading off. So if I go back here, you see here that when the candles go up, the candle should be green, but once we find the overall trend direction, the candles will be, in this case, all green, all red. And Bader, how to get access to this method? I will cover that in a few minutes. Yeah, so this aqua and purple are the indicator, are the second part of this strategy. They separate us from our buy and sell zones and also help us with the checklist. Now I would like to do another test with somebody else to make sure that you understood, you guys understood. Does anybody else wants to participate? You can raise your hand or unmute the mic. Ahmed saying he was late to join. Ahmed, did you understand or you missed the initial concept? Okay, no, it's fine. So here, let's take another example. Let's take uh, first. Do you guys want to name any token where we can have a look to see how the system applies for it? You can name any token or coin. XDB. Let's check. XDB. Digital bits. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was doing some previous analysis on that as well. Here, guys, based on this strategy, where is XDB? It's in the buy zone or in the sell zone? You can type on the chat. Yeah, exactly, sell zone. So here we would avoid any buying opportunities. And in this case, if you don't want to sell, you can just stay out and wait for the system to turn, just like in this scenario here. The first buying opportunity that we had, like one of the very few on Digibytes, was around, I think, yeah, was in February this year. You can barely see on the chart. We had actually many trading opportunities, but let's take this one for example at 0.00205, and let's see until where the market carried this one. The system also gives us the stop loss. Okay, the stop loss is always below the, if we're buying, the stop loss goes below the aqua blue indicator. So this is also help us with our money management. And here it went up around 404% before it starts to pulling back. Mary, because we are selling when it's red below purple, how do you calculate the loss attained before we sold? Okay, I'll cover that as well. So here, when the market turns red, we stop buying, and we can either sell, start shorting, or we stay out in the market. And then I think this is the, yeah. So it gave us the sell opportunity here. It briefly went down. I don't know on KuCoin if we can sell Digibytes, but it gave us the sell opportunity. And then here we got another buying opportunity in this area here. And I think this one was one of the best. Like, the system is not perfect, but the system is telling us when we should buy and when we should look to sell. So we should buy here. And the stop loss goes below the aqua blue line. And here we are carrying the trade until the candle goes below the aqua blue indicator. If it doesn't, we just move our stop loss to protect ourselves. And in this particular trade here, it went up to, it was 1,435% until the market comes back down here. So we would probably close our trade around here. It still was with around 800% profit. And then the market goes up again and then starts going down. So Mary, your question will be here. I mean, in this case here, let's say, I'm not sure if you can sell XDB on KuCoin, but you see here that we have the first red candle right here. So here we'll start looking for selling opportunities. And then we'll do exactly the opposite. We start selling, and then our stop loss goes above, in this case, the purple indicator. And then we have to look for the risk reward ratio. I always recommend at least 1.5 or better. So we keep this equity management or the winning ratio in place here. So if we go at least 1.5, that will be very close to our take profit zone. And then the market pulls back, which is normal. The market loves to extend and pulls back. That's what we mentioned when we talk about lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, because the market moves in waves. And give us few buy opportunities here as well. But it was a short one. Then the market pulls back and give us another sell opportunity here. And you see the market pulls back, but if we had sold this one, for instance, our stop loss would be above the purple line, so we'll be fine. Our stop loss would never be hit. And here's the key point. In this scenario, let's say I'm risking 1% of my account. So I know in the worst case scenario, if the market takes my stop loss, I lost 1% or I lost 0.5%. So that's how we can prevent us from like big drops to compromise our account by using a proper money management rules. Does that make sense, Mary, for the selling opportunities here? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, perfect. Someone mentioned about 50. I found out about 50, I think the day before yesterday. So I also put on my list 50. Yeah, it's on Huobi. Yeah, it was listed on April 26th. So for this, we have just a few candles. So in this scenario, I usually go down to 1 hour time frame or even lower than that. So can you guys answer me here? Is 50 in the buy zone or in the sell zone based on the 1 hour time frame? Exactly. So here we should be looking for buying opportunities. And let's say we decide to buy 50 now. The first candle, ideally we look for the first candle, which is basically this one or even the second one here. And we can buy here. Let me take the buy. If we buy here, our stop loss goes below the indicator. So it's like a visual gap. Some people, they try to put exactly here at the indicator, but I don't recommend that. I usually put a little bit below that because, you know, the market moves in waves. So we need to give enough room for the market to breathe. And then we look again for risk reward ratio of at least 1.5 or better. So if we go for 1.5, our take profit would be here. Or we can do, as what I said before, we can carry the trade as much as you can, as long as the market keeps making, let me take here, as long as the market keeps making higher highs and higher lows like this, the aqua blue indicator like this will stay below. So then we can, what we do is we move our stop loss along the way. So if we start the trade here, and let's put red for stop loss. Once the market makes new highs, what we do, we start dragging the stop loss along the way. So this will assure that we make money, we secure our capital. And in case the market decides to drop like this, we are protected, because if we don't move our stop loss, the market can start making lower lows and lower highs, and perhaps even hit our initial stop loss. So that's the importance of a good money management rule here. Let me see what else you guys requested. OLT, one ledger. Yeah, I heard about it as well. I think this one has more feeds, so let's go to the 4 hours. So you see here on the 4 hours, the market's trying to go into the buy zone. Maybe tomorrow it will be in the buy zone of the 4 hours time frame. But let's say you want to do a scalp because you saw the market was crashing like crazy. And you see here, actually, basically we didn't have a good buying trading opportunity. Let me show you something. Here, for instance, can you see this candle here? Is this candle, would you buy this candle? No, right? Because you have step number 1, the candles above the aqua blue line, which is a good sign. But step number 2, the candles are still red in color. So it doesn't make our checklist. So that's why we stay out here. 2 candles later, the market actually enter into the buy zone. But you see the size of the candle. I wouldn't buy this type of candle because it's not a decisive candle. There's a lot of selling pressure here. So I would stay out. And then I'll wait for probably the next one. You see here, the candles are green color, but it doesn't make our checklist as well because we have step number 1, candles green color, which is good, but the candles are below the indicator. So that's why we wouldn't buy here. And then let's see the first buy right here. So here, based on the 1 hour time frame, we will start buying here with the stop loss below. And this is the live market. So now we will be up about 22%, not in capital, okay? This is in movement because I don't want you to, let's say you have $1,000, you put $1,000 on this trade. No, because you have to put the stop loss. Unless you want to be like a long-term investor, then it's a different story. Trias, let's check Trias. It's on Qcoin as well. Is Trias in the buy zone or in the sell zone according to the 1 hour time frame? Buy, exactly, DJ. So here I'll be looking for buying opportunities. And the ideal candle was this one, around 1.94. Now it's around 210, so it's not that bad to start a buying opportunity. And then we would place our stop loss ideally below here the aqua blue indicator. And then you can decide, let's say you study the project, you think Trias is a very good one that has a tendency to go up in value. So you can, instead of placing your take profit, you can try to carry this trade as much as possible. Because if Trias start to make a very similar situation to the other ones, higher highs and higher lows like this, the blue indicator here will also move up. And then naturally, you also move your stop loss for protection, like this. At some point that you'll be on a risk-free trade. So this is the concept that I created, and I tried, I would say, over 100 indicators in my trading career until I find something that would make sense to me. And then I start showing other people and start to make sense to them as well. So that's why I decided to continue using. And for me, I found one of the best scenarios here within trading. And this can be applied not even in crypto, can be also in Forex and stocks, indexes as well. Let me see if I missed anything here. Does anybody else have any doubts or want to ask anything? The aqua blue here and the indicator, they are specific on TradingView. They are not available, let's say, on Qcoin or Binance or FTX. Yeah, I'm recording, Ahmed, so I'll be able to see the beginning of the of the of the session. You're welcome. Anybody else has any question? First example was Luna, right? Yes. If you go to Luna here, take this one. For instance, here it's basically completely dead. If we go to the 15 minutes chart, look at this. We can barely see. Yeah, we have to zoom in quite a lot. And yeah, if it became available, like if you want to try to scalp, maybe, but we see these movements here. Let's say we take this green candle, although the system is telling me, Marcelo, don't buy it, because you see where the indicator is, the purple indicator is. But those movements are wild. You see here, a 15 minutes candle is a 44% movement to the downside. And probably there's not even enough liquidity. Yeah, there are a lot of people saying buy because they think Luna is on the bottom. Yeah, it's on the bottom, but I have some examples here. Look at these people. I think they were yesterday. Is Luna good entry now? And then people, and this guy here, actually $3.9 is a good support. And as a project, Luna, believe it or not, is amazing. Whatever happened to them is not by mistake or by luck. This was planned. So somebody was buying at $3.09. And look at where is it now. Where was $3? You cannot even see on the chart here, right here. Yeah, so people here got wrecked with Luna because of what happened with Luna. But some people still believed that it would have recovered. So you see here, it's a good time to buy it. Stay away of Luna. Any small movement, this was me, against a trade is like minus 20% drop, even on the 5 minutes chart. I bought Luna yesterday for $1,700. I have $30 now. And I've seen yesterday on Twitter, one guy, he invested $1.8 million. And I think now it's worth like, I don't know, $200 or something. It's just crazy. Another one, such a crazy crash for Luna. I bought at $1 yesterday for amount of 250 USDT. When I checked a few minutes ago, I found $15 US left. I can't imagine the feeling of those who invest thousands of dollars. And this guy here, guys, would you convert a Bitcoin into Luna at 3 cents? 30 cents. And so you see, people were thinking that was still cheap to start buying because they found the bottom. And we actually never found the bottom. It continued to fall. And I sold everything I have invested in Luna, but it's my idea. It's just crazy. I put $400 in Luna. It's 40 cents now. So that's why I created this system here, because I actually it was my mistake. Actually, I should have been selling quite heavily. I would have made millions of dollars here. But of course, we wouldn't guess this type of movement. But on the futures contract, we can sell. So if we apply the same scenario, when I said that we can carry the trade, you see the last shift of direction on Luna was here around 82 cents. So if we sold here, and imagine this is a live market, we don't know what's going to happen, but we decide to buy, we decide to sell, to short in the futures. Let's say I'm risking 1%. So I have $1,000. I want to risk $10, for instance. So I'm risking only 1%. And then this happened. So we could have made a lot of money here just by shorting. And you see the system is telling me, Marcelo, continue on the short side. When it will be clear to get back to Luna? I would stay, right now, I would stay away because there's not enough liquidity. Now I think it's a matter of like seeing if they will actually move if they will be able to peg again the UST to the dollar, because now they created so many Lunas that it creates inflation, and that's why another reason that the price also tanked as well. If you continue to sell, the value is lower than thought, right? Yeah, in case if the markets continue to go down, yes. I think now they're trying to prevent the market from falling, so that's why you see this movement. But I think I would stay away. Even, yeah, I mean, $100 here could turn into like a 1,000, for instance, but it's very risky. Like, where would you buy here? Let's say, unless you got this candle, you try to scalp, you'll be up now 55%. But if it went down, you'll be down minus 80%. So your $100 will turn here into $20. Yeah, so it's very risky. I would stay away. I would look for other opportunities. You see here today, for instance, this one, CTX. It went up over 60% just today. And Polkadot, it's 31% today. So it's like this more high quality project. And here we can scalp into the 15 minutes chart for some buying opportunities. And you see here that this one has held quite nicely. Yeah, Ape was a good one as well. Let me check here. So you see here, this is what the market loves to do: consolidation, and then breaks out, test, and goes up. So this is a very good scenario. Veracity, let's check. Qcoin. How far Veracity is? Let me place here. VRA. Veracity is 32% up. Yes. If we go down to the 50 minutes for a quick scalp, we would have the first buying opportunity somewhere here, where we could carry, we could take the first movement. It went up to 24% before pulls back. So if we sold here, we'll be basically selling on break even. But then it gave us another buying opportunity right here. And then this one went up to 39%. So here, you can always move your stop loss. You can sell, let's say, 0.5% of what you invested to make money, and then erase any possibilities of losing trades. FTM, yeah, FTM I've been following for a while as well. Let's take this one. Yeah, FTM did well today as well. First buying opportunity around here. And this one actually held. We'll be still on the trade for 52% in the movement. Yeah, FTM was a very good one. This is on the 15 minutes chart. Gala, let me check Gala. Yep, Gala was good as well. First buying around here. Let me mark for you guys to see. And if we carry the trade all the way now, 70%. Wow, that's very good. Yeah. So remember, this is 70% on the movement. Doesn't mean that you would make 70% of your whole capital unless you have invested everything. But I strongly recommend to, let's say you can allocate 10% of your capital. If it goes down, you might lose maybe 1% or 2%. So it's all about capital protection. With this in mind, is it clear, the strategy, or you have any doubts about it? Feel free to ask anything. This is the initial concept. Of course, there is more things to cover, like the market structure. How it's always important to follow what BTC is doing. Oh, Badr, if you have trading view on your mobile, then it will work. Once you have the indicators, you can use the strategy on your mobile, and it will work exactly the same. So let's say you are somewhere else with your mobile or your tablet. If you see the buying or selling opportunity there, then you can turn into your brokerage account and start buying or selling there. In my opinion, I prefer the computer because it's a larger screen, so it's easier for me to observe and monitor. So this is what I call the KISS trading method formula, which stands for, let me go to the PowerPoint here. It stands for keep stupid simple. So you see people who they place like Fibonacci's, Bollinger Bands, moving averages. I used to be that guy. I used to have like 7, 8 indicators on the chart. I used to put trend lines, stochastic RSI. You guys might have heard about it. And I was waiting for an alignment of everything, and I was just getting confused. So in 2020, before the COVID hits, I decided to erase everything on my chart and create something that would be easy for me to follow, easy to obey, and easy to execute. So sometimes I stay a couple of days without any trades because the system is telling me, Marcelo, stay away. It's not a good time to buy. Let's say if I'm only looking for buying opportunities. So then I stay away until I get enough evidences that market's turning and it will be a good opportunity for me to buy. So here, in simple way, the system shows me areas where we should be looking to buy and where we should be looking to sell. So it's a set of checklists that a trader must follow before opening a trade. And in my case, if the checklist doesn't match, I simply don't have a trade. Therefore, it reduces the risk of making poor decisions. So if we go back here in the chart, and you see here Luna, for instance, you see people trying to buy here. What is the system telling me? If we here, imagine the guys, they are trying to buy here. They think this is the bottom and they buy. They might make some money here, the market goes down. And they keep trying to buy, thinking they're finding the top, the bottom, and they never found. So that's why I say 80% of the time, the market, if you trade in the right zone, you increase your chances of being right by 80%. This is what I mean by that. So I will even type again. By trading in the right zone, you increase your chances of being right by 80%. And once I figured that out, I start making poor decisions. I still make some mistakes. It's normal, but I reduce that a lot.
Hey, Marcelo.
Yep.
Better here. Question, man. You always say you're using a very small percentage for your trades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know you developed, we've been together since Veracity in same groups around the same people. Mm-hmm. Why do you risk very little amount or small amount percentage when the KISS method is working that nicely?
Yeah, because just a second, my son is here. It's because I use two type of accounts. I use the trading account and the investment account. So if I'm using the trading account, like to use the KISS trading system, I'll be looking for trades to make, let's say, 5 to 10% a month in revenue. But if I'm coming as an investor, then I can allocate, let's say the system gave me a buy opportunity on the 4 hours chart. I can use, let's say, for instance, let's say I have $10,000. I can allocate $1,000, but I still prefer to put a stop loss, because what if the market goes down against me and something like this happens? So my my $1,000 could turn into $2,000, $3,000 loss. And then instead of risking, let's say 10% of my capital, I end up risking way more than that. Or what happens with some traders, even with me, it happened in the past. I'll take the Ray trade here. You might probably heard that I love Ray. It's one of my favorite tokens here. And I invested as a long-term holder in the past. And now it's falling. It's $1.37. But when I came as an investor for the first time, I invested when it was around $16, right here. And the system was telling me, Marcelo, it's time to get out. It's time to get out. And I didn't do it. So once it fell here, I think it was around $2, I was like 80% down. So that's why
you married the coin.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I say we never marry a trade. Even though if it's a very good project like Solana, Sol. I initially bought when it was $2. Let me go to the daily. I bought in July. When was it? No, I bought in January 2021. And then the market went up, and I managed to sell around, I think it was around $200. But I took a risk here because the market gave the sell opportunity and I just held. But I'm happy that I sold, because you see the scenario, the next scenario. But for instance, as a long-term investor, if we place here some levels of support and resistance, Sol is starting to stay on a very good area for potential buying opportunities as a long-term investor. Then I wouldn't mind, let's say, buying here and not using a stop loss, just as an investor. But it's important to have two accounts: the trading account and the investment account. I don't know if I make sense, but it's always important, because you can make money in one account, and on the investment account you might be losing for a while. But if it's a solid project, we know that BTC, for instance, we know BTC is going to go up. But the question is when it will go up. And we try not to stay stuck on a losing trade for a long time, because if we need the money, we cannot take the money out, or we can take, but we will take on a loss. Does it make sense, Badr?
It makes a lot of sense, man. Thank you. I guess discipline is very important in the following this trade. 100%. I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mary, can you help guide in making the accounts and using the stop loss? Yes, the trading course that I created, I go step by step, like how to create the strategy, how to place everything on TradingView, how to open the TradingView, how to open the crypto account as well. So the full course takes 1 month. That's why I go very slowly. Everything that I'm showing here, I go very slowly there. And I usually recommend you do 1 week, then you practice here on TradingView. You can practice on a demo account. So everything that you see here, you practice first on the demo account. And after 1 month or 2 months, if you see that you are consistent, then you can turn into your real account and start trading there. So first you practice on the demo account here on TradingView. You get $100,000 demo account on TradingView, and then you can reset this account as many times as you want and practice here. Then once you gain knowledge and you are confident about the system, then you turn into the real account. Let me see the chat here. Is that clear, Mary? Yeah, perfect. So let me see here if I'm missing anything. So what is in the KISS trading method? So you get a full trading strategy to help you making trading decisions. And also there is the VIP trading room, which is just for students. It's just for people who finish the course, because then everyone is aligned. You can see me posting a trading opportunity, or you can see another student posting a trading opportunity based on the strategy. So for instance, let's see someone saw OLT that's in the buy zone and I didn't notice. You guys can go ahead and post, Marcelo, OLT is in the buy zone. Shall we look for buying opportunities? Then somebody else can go and revise, or if I see, I can revise and say, yes, it does make sense. Let's start buying. So this creates a community of traders where we look for the same trading strategy. And here, if you guys want to have access to the course, I made here, usually the full price is $297. I managed to reduce to $250 on PayPal. But if anyone wants to pay by crypto, then I can offer a further discount. It would be $220. And you get four weeks of the course. So you get the full course. And then at the end of the 4th class, I will add you into the VIP trading room. So this trading room is just for people who actually finish the course.
Marcelo, can you talk to us about you said it's a month, but how about timings? Is it live? Is it recorded, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's a pre-recorded, it's like on-demand course. So you can watch on your free time, or if you're flying, or if you are doing outside of your home, you can watch anytime. And because it's pre-recorded, so you can revise at any time you want.
Nice. And total hours?
It will be over 6 hours, because we did four classes. All of them were over 1 hour. So it's about, I would say, 5.5 hours to 6 hours in total.
Just for everyone here, I'm in crypto for 4 years. Mm-hmm. We invested very early in Veracity, me, Marcelo, and most of the guys, Rabi, and everyone. Mm-hmm. Marcelo, I wish I took this course 4 years ago. I tell you.
Yeah, if you see, you said Veracity. Yeah, I was an investor on Veracity before before having this trading strategy, but I was not that good at that time, because you see here what Veracity is doing right now. Like I wouldn't buy right now, for instance. But I know some people, especially crew, they managed to buy right here and they made a lot of money.
What price is this?
This was around 0.004. This was back in 2021.
I bought at 008.
008.
And yeah, I sold near the top. I kept 2 million just for the $1 dream.
Oh yeah, here. So you sold quite well, actually. 008. So now is 08. Here was the all-time high, I think, and now it's back on the previous support area right here. Oh, so it's back where you bought it initially.
No, it's still in profit. 008.
Ah, okay, good. Yeah, so here you see the strategy. For instance, if I turn, usually my preferred time frame is the 4 hours. And yeah, maybe tomorrow I might have a buy opportunity on Veracity. And then because 4 hours gives me like as a swing trade position. So it could be a fake out like this one here. That's why we use the stop loss. But if it's not, let's say tomorrow we have a buy opportunity. We can buy around this area tomorrow. and the stop loss would be here, just below the indicator, around here. So you see the movement is 37%. So imagine you put $1,000 here. If it hits your stop loss, you lose $370. So that's why money management for me is very important. But I can try to turn this trade into a very long trade if the market continues to move up. But then we shall see. This will depend on what BTC wants to do. You see a potential 20-to-1 risk reward ratio, but this is only if once BTC continues to make higher highs and higher lows. By now, it's just like a potential good trading opportunity. Mohammed, is a good time to buy Veracity. It's getting interesting area here because we have the first higher high. Actually, I would say here we need to break this first resistance at 0.0011. So market makes a higher high, then usually makes a higher low, and here we'll be looking for potential buy opportunities around this area here, based on what the system is telling me to do. Because by now the market continues to make lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So we could have potential here. People say like head and shoulders pattern or inverted head and shoulders. So this could happen here. And then that's a good sign for a potential upside movement here. And also you have it's actually a very strong support area from March 2021. We shall see how this daily candle will close. Is it clear, Mohammed?
Yes, Marcelo, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I will PM you for your course, buddy.
Perfect. Thank you. If anybody does anybody have any doubts? Anything you want to clear? I will leave if anybody wants to pay by PayPal, I'll leave the link here. But if you want to pay in crypto, then you just send me a message. Also, you have here in this PayPal link, you have the wallets that I can receive. So if you make the payment, you just send me the screenshot, and then I give you access to the course. I also give access to the free course because I have a 3 hours free course, and that 3 hours free course is basically the foundation. So so here you build in the foundation before you start building the house, for instance. So it's not just the paid course, it's also there is a foundation before that, because once you understand what is the consolidation, what is a trend line, what is a breakout, now you'll be able to use the system better. It's like driving a car. You don't just simply sit down and start driving, you know. And this is why also you get the free course. Then you have the free course about 3 hours plus the paid course 6 hours. So you almost have around 10 hours of education plus the VIP trading room at the end of the 4th week. And if anybody wants to trade in Forex, for instance, I can help with proprietary firms, which I'm trading as well. And because in Forex, you can also make a good money trading the strategy, and also stocks. I have a question. Is the course covering all sort of commodities, Forex, and crypto? Yes. If I take an example here, let me share the screen again. I am actually, I was looking at the commodities. Let me go here to the commodity session. And we take here the 4 hours chart. I think was wheat. I think on the daily. Yeah, look at what wheat did. It went up. Not was not a smooth movement, but you see here, breakout, support zone, and then a buy opportunity. So the system also was telling me to buy wheat, let's say gold. Delete everything. This is the daily, so it's a little bit choppy, but you see here how the system give us some buying opportunities and also some selling opportunities. But that's the issue with the consolidation. This is what I cover in the course. Here, any system will fail. And that's then it comes our knowledge as a trader to how to avoid this choppy area here.
Marcelo's a question. Just after the yellow box, I see it's going up, but then your system gave us the pink line here. Why?
Yes, you mean this one, yeah?
Yeah, it was continuing to go up and it's green, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
when there is a big movement like this candle here, it's a big wick here and the candle closed like very little candle, the system gets
very
confused.
bearish. Okay.
Yeah, so in this scenario, you can continue to buy. It's just like a miscalculation of the system, and I also cover that in class.
Sounds good.
Even here should be purple, but the system, the movement is so aggressive that it doesn't give enough time for the system to calculate. Natural oil, crude oil. Crude oil went up like crazy. And you can see very similar to Bitcoin right now, like it went down like crazy at $25. This was back in 2020. I know a person, he lost over, I think it was $20,000 in this movement. Unfortunately, he didn't have the course at that time. And then later on, he became my student and he understood what was the mistake, because you see the market was in the sell zone and he was trying to find the top, I mean the bottom, I think was around 20, if I'm not mistaken. And in the futures, oil went almost to zero. So it crashed everyone's account. And then it starts the recover. And BTC can do something very similar. There's something on the chat. I have zero knowledge of trading. Will your course set me right? Yes, because you get the free course, which is like the foundation, where you get like what is consolidation, what is a candlestick formation. It goes from zero to intermediate, almost to advanced level, just with the free course. And basically the paid course, which you get the strategy, is the implementation of the strategy. Plus you have the VIP trading room. So any question you have, Marcelo, I didn't understand this, I will go there on Telegram and cover all questions that someone might have. And the last one, natural gas, like as a commodity, went up like crazy, and the system was catching the buying, especially the buying opportunities, and even some short sell here as well. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, perfect. So here, the last thing here, something that I got from my mentor is, he says that ignorance is not a bliss. Ignorance is tragedy. Ignorance is devastation. Ignorance creates lack and creates disease. Ignorance will shorten your life, and ignorance will empty your life and leave you with the huskies. Nothing to account for, Jim Rohn. And my trading mentor was Jared Martinez. He says, successful traders will do what unsuccessful traders can't or won't do. And once I learned that, I realized that, okay, there is a proper way to trade, but you have to have the strategy in your hands. And that's why I came up with this strategy, which is easy for me to follow, easy to obey, and easy to execute. So I hope it makes sense. If you have any doubts, feel free to send me a message. And before we wrap up, anybody else wants to cover anything, wants to ask anything? Perfect. So I'll leave you the this is recorded. This has been recorded, so I will send you the link as well. And if anybody wants to you have access to the course. If you have any doubts, let me know as well. And then we speak soon. So I hope you enjoy and have a great day. Does anybody else wants to say anything before we go? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Mohammed. Father, you want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you, Marcelo. It was a great catch up here, and I'll be in touch with you as well. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All the best, guys, and take care, and we speak soon.